Hey, man, give it up for yourself. That was a hell of a team effort, man. Hell of a team effort. Whether you're up or whether you're down, you got to keep that one play at a time mentality, and I thought we did that. Trusting yourselves, trusting each other. And I love watching us celebrate together. Ain't nothing better than that.
Bam on three, 1, 2, 3, bam!
Hello everyone and welcome to Total Packers with Matt LaFleur, Larry McCarren along with the head coach of the Green Bay Packers who are getting ready for a big game against Tampa Bay. But first, we're going to talk about a big victory over the Chicago Bears, and Matt, 27-10, you made a bunch of Packer fans happy.
Yeah, we made ourselves happy too. So, and you know, starting off with the fans, it was great to be in Lambeau on Sunday Night Football. You could really feel the energy in the stadium. I think our guys fed off that. And I mean, it was a physical, hard-fought game, but fortunately, we did just enough to come away with the win and, you know, wanted to capitalize on a few more opportunities to try to put that game away in the second half, and they hung around, but ultimately, we tightened up when we needed to with the goal line stand and then our offense going down and converting a field goal and kind of put the game away at that point.
You were a man of your word. You said you were going to get Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon more touches, and you did. 23 against Minnesota, 37 in the game against the Bears for 237 yards, I might add.
Yeah, those guys did a great job, and they made it easy to keep going back to them. And you know, it's a credit to everybody. You know, start with the offensive line. Our tight ends blocked really well as well, and our receivers were getting in on the action, and then putting a lot on Aaron Rodgers' plate in regards to making sure we're getting into the right looks. And so, you know, gave those guys a lot of opportunities, and they came through for us.
Is Aaron Jones running better than ever? I don't know if that's possible, but man, is he playing well.
Yeah, he might be. I think we had him down for like 11 broken tackles or something like that. But yeah, no, he did a heck of a job. Was able to, you know, break a lot of tackles, create a lot of explosive gains, did it in the passing game as well. And he's just so consistent, and you know what you're going to get each and every week.
Scheme-wise, you guys did a lot of blocking down and pulling around. I'm seeing Josh Myers pulling. What's the story with that?
Just, you know, trying to add a little bit of versatility to our run game, and I think it's paid off well for us thus far. We're going to have to continue to mix it up because, you know, teams are smart and they study and they pick up on your tendencies, so you got to make sure you have counters to everything. I think going into the game, you saw a lot of 6 techniques with the defensive ends playing head up on the tight end, and we kept running that bounce scheme, as we call it. Then those guys shifted to a 9 technique. Now that opens up more your inside zone action. And so we just got to try to do as much and to keep the defense off balance.
After the game, Elton Jenkins said he was rusty, but what a terrific player to have back in your lineup.
They don't make many like him, and just the versatility, the energy, and that he brings to not only our offense but our football team. I think he was a big reason why we came out on top, and he provided a spark, no doubt about it.
Allen Lazard also back in the lineup, and he brings a different dimension to the party. And I'll tell you what, that touchdown catch, that was a pretty nifty scheme.
Yeah, no, Aaron and him did a great job on that. Something that we were running that little run alert earlier in the game, and we could see how they were playing it, and they made the adjustment on the goal line and came through for us. But it's not only what he does in the pass game, but certainly I think Aaron Jones' first touchdown run, he had a key block on that play, and he's an enforcer for us and brings a great mentality to our team.
38 runs, 25 passes, more runs than passes. Might that be part of your offensive persona this year?
Well, I think it's going to be week to week. It's whatever it takes to win the game, and every week is going to have a different set of challenges. And you know, but I think as we get accustomed and start to learn who we are as an offense, you know, we're going to have to lean on those guys a little bit more in the run game.
Defensively, allowed the Bears 180 yards rushing. Too many, okay. We can put that aside and work on it. But when it really mattered, like Quay Walker, that play, stopping Justin Fields short of the end zone, and then stopping them when they have a 4th and 1, another shot at it, and stopping them again with a host of your players. That's defense when it matters the most.
There's no doubt, and it always starts with effort, and Quay gave great effort on that 3rd down run. We always talk about how it's a game of inches, and it literally was a game of inches in that circumstance, and Quay just busting his butt, making a play, and then getting that big defensive stop. That was obviously a key point of the game.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, he sets a mean edge for the Green Bay Packers. Preston Smith when we come back. Don't go away.
Guys talked about coming up with a celebration act, so when people see it, they know it's you, or when they see celebration, everybody looking forward to your celebration. So one day I had a full-length mirror in my room practicing celebrations and seeing which one I liked the most, and I came up with that one. I want to see myself do the celebration, see if I feel comfortable. So I came up with that one. I was like, okay, I like this one. I look good with this one.
Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by your local Chevy dealers, by Bell & Health, and by Johnsonville. Welcome back. This one-on-one is brought to you by Quick Trip and Guaranteed Fuel.
Under center, Fields he takes, fakes the handoff back to throw in a tight pocket, scrambles right. He's hit it, sacked. Preston Smith on the sack. Fields looking to throw under pressure, immediately sacked. Arriving on the scene, Preston Smith.
Believe it or not, Wayne, Preston's too good to leave unblocked.
Second sack of the night for Preston Smith.
Preston, what's it like to beat the Bears on Sunday Night Football? The whole world is watching.
Man, it's electrifying, man. Just it being Sunday Night Football on a huge stage, and also being in front of our loyal fans here in Lambeau. It's always a great feeling to get a win. It's also even better of a feeling to get a win at home in Lambeau.
You know what I like, Preston, is your sack celebration. Was it kind of like learning to dance in grade school, so see how you look in front of the mirror? How'd you come up with it?
Funny story. So guys talked about coming up with a celebration act, so when people see it, they know it's you, or when they see celebration, everybody looking forward to your celebration. So one day I had a full-length mirror in my room practicing celebrations and seeing which one I liked the most, and I came up with that one. I want to see myself do the celebration, see if I feel comfortable, because when I get out there in front of everybody, I don't want to look crazy. Like, what is he doing? So I came up with that one. I was like, okay, I like this one. I look good with this one.
Wilson looking, steps up, pressured, rolling right. Chased on the play by Preston Smith, who makes the sack, pursuing all the way. Burrow waits, under pressure. He's going to be hit, and he'll be taken down. Smith thrown down. Oh, what a play by Preston Smith.
You were asked about, during your career, 1 year, big sack numbers, the next year, not so big, and you said you had figured it out. Would you care to share with us how you figured it out to where you can stop that trend?
Joe B is the answer. Being back with him, starting off with him my first couple years in Washington and getting him back, him just knowing me as a player and knowing what I'm capable of, him being able to relate to the players, and being a guy we can easily talk to and get things done, you know, in the best way possible for the team. You know, I love Joe B, and I just think he knows how to get the ball rolling for us, and he knows how to get his guys in position to make plays. When it comes to affecting the quarterback, we see you and Rashawn meeting at the quarterback, you and Kenny, you and whoever. How important is pressure from more than 1 point so that quarterback can't get away? Man, it's really important, man, because, you know, if the quarterback has pressure in front of him, he doesn't want to step up. If he has pressure from the edges, he doesn't want to sit back in the pocket. So it kind of rattles the quarterback in most cases because they don't know where to go. You know, you step up and run it to Kenny, or you step back and run it to Rashawn and me, or, you know, Jay Reed, Dean, and those guys, T.Y. So when those guys create pressure from different angles, the quarterback doesn't know where to go, and you kind of want him to be rattled, because the longer he sits in the pocket, the easier it is for us to get to him.
Steps up, scrambles left. Now he's hit and thrown down. Preston Smith this time.
Pressure from more than 1 point. They got pressure, and Preston was able to clean up and finish the deal. But that pressure from more than 1 point, it corrals a quarterback.
You know, I just make sure I go out there and try to do my part, you know, at a high level, because I know once I do my part, if everybody is doing their part at a high level, the plays are going to just happen for everybody. Next thing you know, it's going to be a big game for the DBs. Jair got the first pick of the year, right, to set the season off. Now you're going to start seeing more, because those guys are back there locking things down and making it possible for us to get pressure on the quarterback, because now the quarterback has to hold the ball, and that allows us to get to him. And then, you know, when we're putting pressure on the quarterback and the quarterback's trying to get the ball off, that allows them to throw a bad pass to one of those guys so they can get a pick opportunity. So, you know, it's all working hand in hand, so I'm just trying to do my part, and it just seems to be working really well out for me. Guys playing at a high level, and, you know, we just got to keep on coming together, communicating. We do got a lot of key weapons on our defense that can contribute to a championship defense and on the top defense in this league. And we just got to keep on going in and week out, and just make sure we keep on putting up a monster performance to, win games, do our part.
Welcome back. This week's Chalk Talk is brought to you by Network Health. At Network Health, we do what's right, even when it's not easy. It's who we are. Health insurance is what we do.
Takes the snap, looks at Jones off the right side, gets it break, takes the 2 to the 10 to the 5, end zone, touchdown! Aaron Jones barreled into the end zone.
Aaron Jones is such a tough runner. It was Alumni Weekend in Green Bay, and coincidentally enough, the Packers ran a modern-day version of the legendary Lombardi sweep. If you're going to run a sweep to get outside, the first thing you have to do is set up a perimeter and build a wall, and that's what the Packers are going to do with Allen Lazard, Tyler Davis, and Elton Jenkins. Let's take a closer look. Elton, Tyler, and Allen, all with good blocks, and there is your wall. Now, that takes care of the line of scrimmage. As for what's left, the Packers are going to pull a couple of linemen. Here they are. Right guard Royce Newman, center Josh Myers. They bring to the party a combined tag weight of 620 pounds of romping, stomping fury. Watch Royce. He takes care of the corner. Now pick up Josh downfield. Here he is right here. Watch him bust the Bear linebacker right in the teeth. Aaron Jones, he runs to daylight and through Bear would-be tacklers. Before doing this, I watched the old black and white video of Vince Lombardi teaching this play, and his exact words were, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and try to run the play in the alley. Exactly what the Packers did. Superb execution for a superb running back.
Our blocking unit did a great job coming out and just creating space for me, not just the O-line, but the receivers and tight ends as well. On some runs, you have a two-way go. You can hit it outside or you can cut it back inside. And when you have those choices and those lanes and that kind of space, it's a good day.
Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Network Health, by your Wisconsin Toyota dealers, and by Spectrum Mobile. Welcome back. Time to hand out some game balls. And surprisingly, Matt, on offense you went with Aaron Jones. And depending on what measurement or what service you're using, he had like 85 some yards, 85, 90 yards after contact. What a player.
No, that's stuff that you can't coach, and he gives great effort down in and down out, and throughout the course of the week. It starts in practice. We always talk about practice preparation equals game reality, and you can see it just through him.
Preston Smith is your choice on defense. He led you in tackles with 7, then had 6 pressures, including 2 sacks. Terrifically active night for Preston.
He did it. He did it both in the run game and in the pass game, and we're going to need that great effort from him each and every week in order for us to continue to improve as a defense.
And on special teams, you went with Dallin Levitt. You watch that guy walk around the locker room and on the practice field. He is a special team zealot to the core. He's just got that look to him, doesn't he?
He is an intense guy. You know, he's really brought a mentality to our special teams and is making them special, and it was a great performance. All in all, I thought our teams improved as much as any area from week 1 to week 2, and he was a big reason for that.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, the last word from the coach. Don't go away.
The Green Bay Packers, along with Bell and Health and the Vince Lombardi Cancer Foundation, 6th year that we're doing this year, to educate fans on the early screenings and detection of all cancers.
Cannon has a very rare form of blood cancer. It's a myeloproliferative neoplasm. He overproduces platelets, which can increase his risk of a heart attack, a stroke. Oftentimes it advances into a leukemia.
I'm very excited because I've been a Green Bay Packers fan for a long time. I finally get to see him play.
So it's not just breast cancer awareness in October, but it's all cancers. So we're excited to educate our fans this year about all the different types of cancers, to get out, get screened, and have early detection.
1, 2, 3,
Packers! Welcome back. The Last Word with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Construction Business Group and Wisconsin Operating Engineers. Welcome back. Time for the last word from the coach and Matt, Tampa Bay. New coach and Todd Bowles, but he's a defensive person, been there for a while. So I imagine the defense remains the same, really, really tough.
Oh yeah, they've got superstars and Pro Bowlers on all 3 levels. You know, being around those guys at the Pro Bowl this last year, they got a great mentality. They work really hard. They got a great defensive scheme. You mentioned it, Todd Bowles, been doing it for a long time. But it's going to be a great challenge for us. And then on the other side of it, you got Tom Brady. So, you know, like I said, going down to their place, you know, battling the elements, it's going to be a good challenge for us.
Matt, what do you say to the guys, to your team, about facing Tom Brady? I mean, what can you say? They've heard of him forever.
Yeah, I think that this is a game where you don't have to say a whole lot. Now, we all know that they're one of the best teams in the National Football League. They got great players, great coaches. So I think our guys will be ready to play.
Thank you, Matt. Good luck against the Buccaneers, and thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.